I saw a lot of stuff happening in the Twitch leftist space, and some of it seems like just like disagreements, but most of it seems like just fucked up bullshit. And I want to talk about it because you guys know, I know a lot of other Twitch streams and a lot of other Twitch channels, they don't really care if other people get harassed in their chats. And this has always been something that has pissed me off. And I vowed that, like, if I ever had a community filled with cool people, I wouldn't allow other people to get disparaged in my chat because I didn't feel like dealing with it. And there have been so many chats where, like, I know that I felt unwelcome, where it's like, oh yeah, I know that there are people being mean, but, like, you know, like, everyone can say their opinion. It's like, let me guess, you wouldn't go to my funeral? And it's like, it's really not that hard to just tell people, like, hey, don't talk about this. If you talk about this, you're gonna get timed out. Don't talk about it. You want to talk about how much you don't like this other streamer? Go do it somewhere else. I don't care. Go do it somewhere else. Not here. Like, I would hope that friends of the channel feel comfortable typing in here. If I like this person and they're VIP or whatever, I don't want other people to, like, feel like comfortable berating them or whatever. And unfortunately, I can't do that until I, like, cover this stuff accurately to the best of my ability. So I feel like we should do that so that everyone is on the same page, and then we can move past it, right? I only wish we knew what we're talking about. Yeah. And then the other thing is, like, so much of it has devolved to the point where, like, I feel like most of it's going to be very confusing to most people. So I will do my best, and we'll try and deal with it. Okay. Obviously, please feel more than welcome to make fun of Joe Rogan or make fun of Ben Shapiro. Please, you can still make fun of people. Bad posting and making fun of people are not the same thing. You can absolutely make fun of as many right-wingers in here. Okay. I will never stop that. Okay. That's just good living. Okay. So let me pull up this. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe we should cover it first, just so we can get it out of the way so that we can get to all the other stuff. So I think we'll go over it first. Let me close this. So it's one-sided making fun of. Yes, you can make fun of. I know this is a crazy concept. All right. For 1 second. I don't know if you know about this concept, but you can dislike when your friends are being shit-talked or being disparaged, and not care when right-wingers that want to remove gay rights, queer rights, trans rights, brown and black rights, when you make fun of them. That's actually not the same thing. I know. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you serious right now, Denim? Is that really not the same thing? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, it's actually different. Okay, so let's get into it. I didn't have any caffeine today. I stayed up. I just want you guys all to know, I was at a Halloween party. I had a great time. Thank you for asking. And I went to bed. At this party, I had a great time, but I powered through and I stayed up until 1 a.m. So I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. But I'm here now, okay? I am here now to deliver. Okay. Well, fucking idiot doesn't know how to drink out of a can. Can you imagine if someone didn't know how to drink out of a can? That would be so cringe. Holy shit. Thank goodness no one here does that. Okay, now let's get into it. Close these tabs. Yes. Alrighty. Too poor for a straw. Feels bad, man. Okay, all right. Now let's get into it for realsies this time. So I saw wait, where is it? Did you say someone was disparaged here yesterday? Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Hold up, I want to start at the beginning. What? Sorry, I'm trying to find the first video. I don't know why I'm struggling to find it. Okay, here it is. Found it. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know anything at all and isn't up to date on this, I don't blame you, okay? Because I'm only really hearing about it myself. Because I kind of just, like, I mostly just play video games and hang out with, like, 1 or 2 friends, and that's it. And I don't really do much else. And I'm happy doing that. So all of the stuff that I catch up on is always, like, I feel like a little bit late on it. So I'm going as I spent some time yesterday trying to figure this stuff out so that we can work on it together. But the TLDR is, I know personally that I have seen Theo, friend of the channel Theo, getting harassed in this channel, and I didn't understand why, because that's, like, I don't know, they've always been cool. And I watched this video. It's, like, very depressing because it's just, like, the same discourse we had like a month or 2 ago, or a little bit longer, where, like, leftist spaces have so much misogyny, it's crazy. Just like all spaces just have so much misogyny, it's crazy. And Theo put together a video sort of talking about why she's been getting harassed recently and what all of this is about. So I just want to, like, let her speak. So if you guys are down to watch with me, we can watch together and figure all this stuff out together.
I want this space to be comfortable for people, and not just get
oh, sorry, volume's too quiet,
demonized, or, like, just feel uncomfortable to the point where they don't want to fucking be here. Wait, is Vio copying my emotes? Looks like 16 of my emotes got lifted. Like, oh, cool. There's a bounce. No. Me and Rare Flowers created. Shake is literally, why are they all mine?
I want to let the video play so that Vio can make her points, but can I just say, just really quickly, disparaging a random artist who worked on emotes that they were commissioned for by calling them ugly is, like, so fucking rude. Like, it's actually crazy.
Or lazy copies too. Definitely not as much time and effort as you put into them.
Hey guys, I'm Vio, and as some of you may have heard, I released 17 new emotes for my channel. If few days after releasing my emotes, I noticed people piling into my offline chat, calling me a thief.
Which, like, dude, your community going into someone's offline chat
thief
to say, why do you have reskins of this person's emotes? And then for other people to be like, stealing is wrong. Stealing emote art from another leftist creator without credit is wrong.
Investigation, I was extremely shocked to find out that rhyzohm had not only gone on a rant about how I maliciously debuted 16 of his emotes and stole his original work from his channel, but also has been encouraging his viewers to dogpile and say nasty comments not just about me, but about my artist Feed Me and his hard work as well.
I just saw the Rot one today and I was honestly grossed out by how bad it looks. That's the thing about imitations too, is they're always gonna look worse.
So rhyzohm is accusing Vio of stealing all of his emotes, and he like did this stream. Not the whole stream was dedicated, but he dedicated like 10, 20, 30 minutes to saying that the emotes are stolen. And like, these are his emotes. Like, I'm sure that your artist worked hard on these, and like, I don't have any hate or whatever for any of the artists that work on this, because it still takes time and effort and it's still labor. But like, how can someone steal emotes that you yourself are stealing off of original Pepe's? Like, this is just like recolors. Am I stealing because we have like a couple Pepe recolors in here? Dude, someone needs to tell Moon that Moon stole. Dude, Moon 2 Pain. Does Moon know that he stole Pain from rhyzohm? Dude, what the fuck? I can't believe Goon would do this personally. It's like, if you're clearly taking inspiration, because some of these don't really look traced. Some of these look like they were personally drawn over again. And you're taking inspiration from pre-existing emotes, and someone else also ends up getting emotes that are the same as like this shit or whatever. Like, did Moon steal this? Moon 2 Pregario. Stop posting Moon 2 Pregario.
Like, ours looks good because I tailor made them for the channel. That looks like it got punched in the fucking face. Like, it doesn't have any sense of like how to connote the emotion that it's even going for because it's unoriginal. You know, like Rot is an original emote. That's me. I had the thought, I was like, this is what it would look like. It's like a dude decaying in his chair, rotting.
What do you mean this was your original thought when it's derivative off of like Pim from Smiling Friends? What do you mean this is my original work? Like, little known fact for some people in chat, most of if almost all of the emotes in this chat I've actually personally drawn, and also most of them are emotes that I saw some other channel had that I thought was cool, and I was like, oh, I would love to have this. Like, I think the most offensive one, DNM-gasm, I saw some version of it in someone else's chat and I was like, that's amazing, we need something like that. But that's like emote culture on Twitch. Like, that's the same thing happened with Wiggle. Does everyone remember Wiggle? Suddenly overnight everybody had their own Wiggles
Away, and that's why it looks good, because like I know why the decisions were made to reskin it and be like, yeah, look at my new shit. It's crazy.
Spoiler alert, not one emote was stolen, traced, or directly lifted from his channel, but let's continue.
No.
Oh, and then he shows like, wait, okay, and then these are like Vio's emotes on the left, rhyzohm's emotes in the middle, and then the original like Pepe emote or like the inspiration on the right. And it's like, I don't know, man. Really? These are like traced and lifted?
No. Like, when it turns its head, there's the smear frames. So we learned that for that emote, and those were lifted.
1. Just because you learned a technique that existed since the 30s doesn't mean you can now gatekeep it. And 2, ours doesn't even really have smear frames anyways, and in fact needed an additional 7 frames because it is animated so differently. The inspiration comes from the
like, dog, how do you say that it's like traced when like someone literally can pull up the receipts and show that they have like twice as many frames and it's literally animated differently?
Inspiration comes from the no person.
Do people really care about emotes this much? I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on like whether or not people give a shit about this stuff that much. I will tell you guys, I've had emotes that have been stolen that I came up with that are actually original emotes. And I remember this experience many years ago. And I was just like, whatever. I don't really care. The problem that I have is like, why would you dedicate your stream to talking about this shit instead of just like reaching out? Like, what? Anytime ever in the history of streaming, I've really tried. If I feel like something is weird or I'm confused about something or I'm concerned about something, I just don't talk about it. I try to clear it up first and then I talk about it. I mean, I did this yesterday, where yesterday I saw a lot of people were talking about what's happening between Mike and Gremlo, and I was like, I can't talk about this right now. I need to actually talk to these parties, figure this shit out, and then I can feel like I can comment on something like this.
But also from a GIF from the
Also, if you're saying something is stolen, you're the one placing the significance on the issue, not the person you're accusing. Well, again, it's like I literally saw Vio getting harassed in this chat by people posting like blue emotes, and it's like, really, this is why she was getting harassed? I didn't dedicate my stream. Yeah, I corrected myself. I said you dedicated like 10, 20, or 30 minutes.
May Boki the Rock. There are many reiterations of this GIF as an emote, and many other streamers have their own versions of this emote as well.
But like skip itself is for this channel, because like we skip or we lock stuff.
The skip emote being unique to Rhizom's channel is just completely false.
Also, like, out of all the emotes here, I don't know, I feel like Vio's emote looks really original. Obviously, again, it's like the skip emote, it's all derivative, it's all inspirational. It's like, this is Twitch culture. People, some person made that original Pepe skip, and everybody else loves it so much, and they're like, oh, we need our own skip. We need to skip, we need to skip, we need to skip, we need to skip. And I will say, like, if there's anyone that's like tracing or whatever, it's like, it's certainly not Vio's skip. I feel like Vio's skip is like really fun. I like the font, I like the artist, what they did a lot. Again, it's all derivative and stuff, but I feel like that's really nice.
People Skip has been around and been a meme in channels for as long as I can remember, and VO Skip has been a meme in my channel in multiple ways for years now. As you can see, our emotes have clear stylistic and animation differences and use different references, colors, horns, proportions, and in every case, completely different characters so unique that each one has its own individualized horns. Besides, emotes have always been derivative by nature, and this is literally how Twitch and emote culture work. They reflect a community's emotions, memes, and personality through art in the chat. And seeing as Rhizome himself uses blue Pepes as his mascot and has made his own versions of Pepe emotes and memes that already exist, I thought he'd understand that better than anyone.
I just want to say, listen, I know my emotes aren't that great. All the ones that I've made are pretty mediocre because I'm not like a great artist or anything. But if there are any streamers that like any of my emotes, you're more than welcome to make your own version of the emote. I will not take any personal offense. Please, you can have every single one. I don't care. It's fine with me. Go for it.
Fusion, when I watched Rhizome spend 2 days on stream maliciously ranting about me and Feed Me and spreading harmful lies.
But not Pepe balls. That's my personal IP. I invented circles.
Now, it's important to me to go through the rest of the emotes that he accused me of.
Also, thank you for the link, Marianne. I just want to go through everything chronologically because, like, I think that's the fair thing to do.
Maliciously stealing. However, if you've already seen enough and want to see Rhizome's horrendous behavior, feel free to skip ahead to this timestamp. Let's start with VOWow and
Okay, I don't want to go into too much detail on all of the emotes, but I prepared for this stream, so I did watch this video, and she goes over all of the different emotes and how a lot of them are animated really differently and how there's a lot of stylistic choices that were made that are not like these are not like rips and stuff. And I mean, like, I don't know, like, again, there are so many like Pepes with flames behind them. The fact that like her artist put together this like these like green flames and she made the face all different, that's dope. I feel like the stylistic differences are really cool. I think it's worth showing. I know, I want to make sure we go through everything in a reasonable time frame, but I do implore everyone, if you are interested in seeing like the details on stuff, I think we can all agree like nobody like owns Pepe. If anyone owns Pepe, it would be the guy who made Pepe. And the only time that he took issue was when the Nazis were co-opting Pepe. And I really like, I think Vio's artist's name was Feed Me. If Feed Me has commission slots open, I would love to commission them. Let's skip ahead a little bit to this stuff.
Of this emote, and it's not something original or unique. Honestly, I would have preferred to have had this conversation in
Also, Vio on her stream said she found out that Rise was telling people at TwitchCon that she stole his emo.
private and
Feed Me did the art on J Marianne stream. They're fucking great, do great work. Because I've needed animated emotes for forever because we have animated emote slots. So I do think it'd be fun to do like an unveiling of emotes.
Resolved it in 20 minutes. But on the other hand, this whole thing led me to find out what kind of person Rhizome really is.
I mean, I can't watch VO stream anymore because whenever my service dog hears Mike's voice, he leaves the fucking room. So I haven't been in there in a while.
But this is sort of what I mean when like I say that I don't really like having an environment that's hostile to other creators. Like I time out anyone who says this type of shit about any other like, listen, if you want to shit talk other creators, I get it. Not every creator is going to be for every single person. There's going to be lots of people that watch my stream that don't like Mike. There's going to be lots of people that watch my stream that don't like Gremlo, that don't like whoever. And that's fine, but it's not my business and I don't want you typing it in here because I don't want you to feel comfortable shitting on other people in here. You know, if you have those opinions, that's fine. But like, the cited harassment in this video is pulled from Rise's chat. If you look at any of the stream from Mike and Vio for about 16 hours after dropping this video, it was nothing but vitriolic hate, lies, and slander. I don't know how you could dismiss Vio and Mike's behavior. I don't know where you got like this narrative from, because this is an insane statement to say. But if I was going around telling people that you stole my blue Pepe reskins because I refused to go and reach out to you, and I was just like waiting, I was like, whenever you want to reach out to me, I'm waiting. I went on stream for 20 minutes and said that you stole my emotes. So whenever you'd like to reach out to me and apologize, and because someone wants to fight back and not get harassed, and they correctly call out that other person swung first, somehow it's their fault for defending themselves. And it's not just in Rhizom's chat. Like I've literally seen people harassing VO in this chat. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is only from Rhizom's chat. Like, come on, dude.
That's so fucking funny.
Hilarious. Anyways, you're probably wondering, how did Rhizome approach the situation? Well, after seeing a non-sub in his chat posting a single emote of mine, this is how he reacted.
Wait, is VO copying my emotes?
Instead of reaching out to me to get some clarity, Rhizome immediately starts a parasocial witch hunt. He then frames me as a malicious thief, encouraging his chatters to dogpile both me and feed me, which hasn't stopped to this day. When one of his mods attempts to de-escalate the situation by suggesting that it would be worth it to reach out, this is how he responded.
Maybe worth reaching out? Why was I not reached out to?
During his
I perceive that you stole my Pepe reskins and you didn't reach out to me. What? So when I talk about misogyny in the space chat and I talk about like misogyny being in all of our brains, mine included, this is what I mean. There is this expectation that like, and this is like, it's so fucked up because it can creep on you. You can be the most leftist on the planet and like, you can still be misogynistic. But this expectation that like women should serve you and women should talk to you before they do any of their own actions, that they get permission from all the men around them first. It's like, it's so ingrained in your brain. It's so hard to fucking remove. Like, it's crazy to me that you would go on stream and berate this person for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 20 minutes or however long it was. More than I would. I would do 0 minutes. I would talk to the person immediately and be like, hey, I know you didn't mean to steal my emotes, but like, I did notice you had some of these similar ones. Did you take any inspiration? I would love the credit. You know, my artist would love the credit. Like you know, we're all in the same space here. We're all in the same boat together. I don't want to talk about it on stream, but I did see this. Like that you would think that first and that you would instead first think, well, she should reach out to me. Because obviously I'm being wronged and she didn't ask for my permission first. It's like, what the fuck? You're literally adding to it right now. Trying to right some wrongs that I saw, because I've seen VO getting harassed in this chat over this stuff and trying to correct the record and like not trying to sweep it under the rug and be like, well, I heard that like maybe Rhizome apologized now, so we can just ignore this. We don't have to watch this because I don't want to add to it. You're like just discrediting people's voices. Like someone wants to talk about how they were wronged, and like I saw VO was talking about on her stream that like she hasn't felt like she could stream and she's been really stressed about all of this shit. And I'm supposed to just be like, well, I don't want to add to it, so let me just silence the women speaking out. Like, what are we fucking talking about, dude? Like, literally, what are we fucking talking about? I get it that, like, maybe people in here have, like, a personal bias towards one streamer that they like more, and that's fine, but, like, you gotta call a spade. And, like, I'm not gonna sweep some shit under the rug because someone, after going on stream and berating someone because they didn't want to talk to them because they expected someone else to reach out to them, when they find out that they're getting any backlash, they're like, well, I'm going to apologize now. It's like, how about you don't harass this person for this shit? Like, what?
rant, his viewers also decided to pile into my offline chat to call me a thief and even showed up to harass me during my own live streams. To my surprise, Rhizome refused to call out the chatters who were dogpiling me and feed me and openly discussing brigading and harassing us. Not only did his hateful rant embolden chatters to harass us in my own chat, but they also went out of their way to target both me and feed me in other leftist spaces. For example, here's how some Rhizome chatters reacted in Mari's chat after she complimented my emotes, along with more of them harassing me in Caroline's and
But to the chatter earlier who was saying, and I'm just going to assume that it's not like bad faith and it's genuinely that this chatter didn't know, but to the chatter that said like, the cited harassment is pulled from Rise's chat. It's like, what universe is it okay that your community is like going to like Caroline's stream and being like, has VO addressed why they reskinned 16 hand-drawn emotes from a smaller channel and claimed them from their own? VO even did a big reveal as if the emotes were their own. You can't even post the original emotes in Mike's chat without getting auto-modded now. Like, I am not joking. I've said this so many times on stream. If I find out any of you are posting this much cringe, in my defense, you will be perma-banned, okay? Like, I am not joking. That was not a joke. That was not me being funny. That was not me like just a funny little meme. And just to be clear, this is because I don't like the cringe, okay? Because this is cringe behavior. It is cringe. Do not defend my honor over fucking whatever stupid shit in other people's chats. Like, especially not like fellow leftists. If I found out that people were defending me against someone else in like Caroline's stream, I would die of cringe. Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Jason's chats. Even one of Gremlo's mods, who goes by the username
Does Caroline even know what an emote is? Shut up. She's just a little boomer coded. Leave her alone, okay? Stop.
me in Caroline's and Jason's chats. Even one of Gremlo's mods, who goes by the username Boiled Peanuts, is actively harassing my artist Feed Me. Not only have they been spreading an incredibly harmful and slanderous lie that my artist used AI to
I like how Wubby handles this type of stuff. If he notices Chatter's dog piling someone, he's said not to his mods, or that his mods will monitor those streamers' chats and permaban anyone they notice. I mean, I have like more of a what is it called? Community policing. So if anyone in here sees someone who's doing that behavior in other people's chats, just like send it to mods on Discord so that I can know, so that we can ban that person, because that's at the very least like a year timeout, because that's not acceptable behavior. It's just not acceptable behavior. And it's like, to be very clear, it's not like someone talking about a situation in a way that's respectful in context that makes sense. Like if Caroline was talking about it, then I would be like, oh, okay, that's fair. She decided to talk about it. Okay, great. I'm saying like you're actively stirring the pot because you need to defend your streamer. It's like, no.
create the emotes. They even gleefully bring up how they are a mod in Gremlo's channel and that they plan to continue to harass my artist Feed Me whenever they get the chance. Now, I assume Gremlo isn't aware of this because I know he wouldn't allow his own mods to harass creators. However, it is still concerning that this is happening in leftist spaces. On top of that,
Also,
rhyzohm
like, man, what are these? This is apparently Gremlo's mod that was typing. My friend has a theory that the emotes were made with AI because they're so bad. What the fuck? Like, first of all, the emotes aren't even bad. Do I have no taste? I think they're good. I like them. And second, what a huge insult to say, like, your art is so bad it looks like AI. That's so mean.
To create the emotes. They even gleefully bring up how they are a mod in Gremlo's channel and that they plan to continue to harass my artist Feed Me whenever they get the chance. Now, I assume Gremlo isn't aware of this because I know he wouldn't allow his own mods to harass creators. However, it is still concerning that this is happening in leftist spaces.
How do I explain what I'm trying to explain? I want to get my words correctly, so I want to think about it. And I don't want to... Listen, I'm on 5 hours of sleep chat, okay? Please, give me a second. Give me a break. Two things. One, I've seen people saying that, like, Rhyzohm said not to harass VO, and I would love to see like the clips of that so I can better understand the situation. So if anyone has those clips, I would love to see it. And two, sorry, I'm reading chat. Oh man, there was a different point that I was trying to get to. Oh fuck. Sorry, let me rewatch and then I will remember.
I feel you and I are like, okay, yeah, this could work.
This was especially shocking since Rhyzohm has been very vocal about leftist creators treating personal conflicts delicately and taking accountability for their chat if they start
Right, I remember. The other thing too is you have to understand that as a creator, even opening that can of worms on stream before dealing with it privately will lead to that person being harassed, whether you want it or not. Like everybody, I feel like knows this already. And if you're pretending like you don't know this, I don't know what to say. Like if I got on stream and I was like, oh, who's a creator? Who's like a creator I can pick here right now in this conversation that would make sense. Oh, okay, Austin. If I was like, you know, Austin definitely like stole my emotes and stuff. Like, don't harass him or whatever. But he definitely stole my emotes. It's like, come on, man. The problem with that is that if you cover it for 30 minutes, there's going to be a lot of people who don't hear your statement about like not harassing them. If all of this can be resolved so quickly, if VO reaches out, then why didn't you just reach out?
This ongoing witch hunt has made me feel so anxious and unsafe that I haven't been able to stream and can't even type in other people's chats without worrying I'll be harassed again. This includes chats of people I'm friends with. I can't even imagine how Feed Me feels as a marginalized freelance artist who found a home in these communities. What happened next shocked me beyond belief. The next day, I was hoping that things settled down and I was prepared to reach out to Rhyzohm to clear the air. But just as I was about to message him, I discovered that he had permanently banned me from his chats at 10:28 a.m. Just a couple of hours after I had been permanently banned from his channel, Rhizome reaches out to one of my closest friends, Casey Tron, to, quote, get her opinion. He immediately begins with a lie, claiming that his chat had brought something to his attention, when in reality, no one had mentioned my emotes in the context of copying him. In reality, a single emote had been posted by a non-sub who was merely reacting to the video and participating in chat, and Rhizome saw that as an opportunity to bring it up himself. He then asks her for advice on how to handle.
Which, like, I keep seeing people saying that, like, Rhizome was reading a chat message or responding or something, but I haven't seen this. The video that I saw was just, like, someone literally just posts Vio's emote, and then he says, wait, she stole my emote. So it's like you initiated that conversation. You started that conversation.
It and says how he is fucked up and wronged by it in an attempt to paint himself as a victim and emotionally manipulate Casey. Casey mentions that I was thrown off guard and hurt by Rhizome. She brings up how there are many reiterations of the Pepe memes and also mentions that she saw my emotes and disagrees with Rhizome on them being reskins. At this point, it was starting to become clear that this had never been about simply getting an opinion or getting clarity.
Why did I laugh? I'm such a wine mom, dude. Vio's new nickname is gonna be CVS because of all the receipts. Shut up. Like, literally be quiet, dude. Don't make me laugh at such a stupid fucking joke.
He acknowledges Casey mentioning that nothing malicious was happening, but then immediately dismisses it because he feels like the new emotes are stolen. He doesn't provide any images, references, or proof whatsoever with this claim and frames the whole thing as a grand act of personal betrayal, insisting that it had to be malicious. He then tries to claim that me asking Casey, who's been a close friend of mine for years, for help with the harassment I've been facing was evidence that I must be acting maliciously. At this point, it's clear Rhizome isn't interested in resolving anything, but instead is fixated on damaging mine and Feed Me's reputation by pushing this baseless claim that we stole 16 of his emotes without a shred of proof. Casey tells him she'll pass along his message and once again emphasizes that there was no malice involved. Rhizome responds that he really hopes she's right, as if he couldn't just message me directly from the start.
And it's like, you have the time and energy to go talk to Caseytron, but not to just message Vio? What the like, that's so weird.
And resolved everything in 20 minutes. Instead, he went out of his way to reach out to the people around me and accuse me of theft. Casey tries to wrap up the conversation with a supportive message, but then Rhizome takes a chance to lie again. He claims he didn't jump on the attack, which everyone clearly saw he did. Then he inflates our friendship over and over again and reiterates that I betrayed him. Keep in mind, our entire quote-unquote friendship consists of 3 DMs back in 2023 and hanging out 2 separate times for a couple of hours at TwitchCon 2023 and TwitchCon 2024.
I think the emotes was just an excuse to do an attack. I mean, it's like, this is what I mean. Like, this is what I talk about all the time. Like, it's just repackaged misogyny. It's, oh, you're dating this person? Well, it must mean that you hold all of their values and you guys agree on everything and you guys have never disagreed on anything ever. Well, I guess since you guys are one unit, you're a valid target for me to attack. I just need to find a way to attack you. And it's like, again, like I've said a million times, if you don't like Mike, I get it. He's really aggressive. He's very passionate about the things that he talks about in the political sphere. That's fine. It's not going to be for everyone. That's like, and I've always said this, like for years now. Why are we just, that doesn't magically make it okay to start attacking someone's partner because you feel like you were slighted because you invented this slight. I mean, that's why yesterday when we were talking about Ludwig, and we'll talk about it again today, don't attack Cutie. Don't clip her stream. Don't watch her stream. To find ways to attack her relationship with Ludwig. Don't do that. Just like let Ludwig's stupid statements speak for themselves and let Cutie's statements speak for themselves. You know, like they can be their own people. Again, it's like when it comes to things like bigotry, generally speaking, people don't really date other people who are bigoted unless they're also bigoted or they don't mind bigotry. But when it comes to like friends not really fucking with each other, that's fine. Anyone who's dated anyone or even had a friend group knows some friends just don't get along for whatever reason. That's totally valid. If Ludwig doesn't fuck with Hassan for whatever reason, that's fine. That's not a reason that Cutie needs to break up with him or needs to be canceled. That's okay. It's the same thing. Like, just, what's the reason? Oh, you just like don't fuck with them? That's fine. Okay. So?
Casey pushes back, reminding Rhizome that the way he handled this has hurt both me and Feed Me, and she emphasizes once again that nothing was done behind his back. She also calls out the nasty comments he made about Feed Me's art, urging him to apologize since his behavior was completely uncalled for and utterly disgusting. Rhizome responds by, once again, you guessed it, lying. He downplays his reaction and says he isn't sure if he even brought it out on stream. He mentions telling his chat not to attack anyone on his behalf. Meanwhile, he claimed I should be named and shamed and spent nearly an hour relentlessly slandering and attacking both me and Feed Me, egging his chat on to dogpile both of us. And even then, it was only mentioned after an hour of ranting because one of his viewers forced a poll onto the screen asking whether they should let those involved handle it.
Dude, shout out to this chatter, this VIP, that said, we agree to let those involved handle this alone.
On their own. Instead of recognizing how fucked up it was of him to go after Feed Me and insult his hard work and art, calling it sloppy, lazy, ugly, and traced, he excuses it and justifies it by calling it an emotional reaction. He went out of his way to create and uphold this narrative both publicly and privately that I maliciously stole 16 of his emotes and that my artist just traced his original art, and then permabans me from his chat, yet somehow expects me to reach out to him?
I don't know how many of you guys remember, there was this clip from, I think it was Alana Pierce, and someone sent it to me in chat, and the clip is like, wait, this person, who is this person? Denims? She's the biggest political streamer. What if I just start doing politics and then I become the biggest female political streamer? Just by virtue of having all these other platforms. What if I just take this place? And I saw that clip and I was like, I know who Alana Pierce is, and I know that we're all on the same side. Like, I know none of us are like enemies or anything. Like, we're all fighting for the same stuff. We all want the same things. So I saw that as an opportunity to riff and be like, honestly, girl, whatever you want. If you want my cats, you can have my cats. You want my apartment, you can have my apartment. Do you want all my stuff? I can just get, like, that's fine. I'm gonna simp for you. So you can have whatever you want. You have permission. And she saw that and she, like, I don't want to say felt bad because that's maybe too strong of a statement, but she was like, oh man, she realized in that moment how it could have been mean-spirited, but I know that she didn't intend for it to be mean-spirited, right? Like, she was just riffing with her chat. The purpose of that story is to say that, like, even if you feel like someone is wronging you, or you feel like maybe someone is being a little bit more mean-spirited, or you feel like they're stealing your emotes, the solution shouldn't be to go on stream and then inflate the situation into something even bigger than it has to be. Like, I could have in that moment seen that Alana Pierce clip and been like, that's really mean of her to say. But because I handled it the way that I handled it, and because also I like Alana Pierce, and I think it's funny, and I like to make jokes whenever I can. And I took that and was like, yeah, sure, for sure, you can take the title. I'll take it out of my bio. Go for it. You can have everything I have. You're good. She had, like, because I responded that way, she responded in a positive way and was like, oh man, like, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to see that. I was just joking around. I'm sorry. I don't want to, like, take that away from you. Like, obviously you worked hard for that. Because I know that she's, like, she is woke, and I know that she is for progressive values, and she wants to make the space better. So I know that that's not, like, she doesn't actually mean it. And I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt because we're all in this together. So even if I did feel wronged or I felt slighted, I would try not to put it on stream. It's the part that it's like, that I don't understand. Why would you put it on stream?
Real. This is hands down the most insane non-apology I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And honestly, it doesn't even feel like Rhizome is talking to me in his pass along message. At best, he's talking at Casey rather than having a conversation with her, and at worst, he's still trying to convince her that I maliciously stole his emotes.
So someone in chat linked this, and it's part of Rhizome's stream for, like, from 2 months ago.
Some time before I went live again because I was feeling like pretty emotional about the emote situation, because, like, as a lot of you guys know, VO debuted 16 new emotes this week, each of which was, like, ripped and reskinned for my channel, you know, and I still have not heard from them about it. So, like, I don't know their side of the story.
ripped and reskinned from my channel, and they haven't reached out to me about this thing that I made up. These are the ripped and reskinned emotes, by the way. On the left is Vio's emotes, in the middle is Rhizom's emotes, and on the right are the original Pepe's, or the original source material.
Like, they know that I want to talk, and like my sentiments have been communicated.
Yeah, and like a hostile environment on stream, and now you want them to like come beg and apologize to you?
So right now, all I know is 16 of our designs ended up on Vio's stream.
Our designs. And they're Pepe reskins.
Are on her channel, and like each new emote that was debuted came from this channel that like are ripped. Like no is a good example, you know, like the ones that are like tailor-made. Rot is another good example, right? And I was never communicated to in the process.
Original, and it's like one of them is from Smiling Friends and the other one is a Pepe.
Like when, you know, the thought of taking 16 of my emotes was had between Vio and her artist, I was never included in that process, and no credit was given to me upon the release of the emotes. So that's where things stand right now. That's all I know right now. There's been no response. Vio knows that I want to talk. That's been communicated. Like my feelings have been communicated through like a mutual party who like I know is relaying the message.
Why not just reach out to her? What?
So like that's the situation as of now. So I appreciate you guys, because I see you guys talking about it in the Discord, and I appreciate you guys being like, don't go over there and brigade, telling people not to like make this like a cause for themselves. And I appreciate that, because like it's not, I just, my trust has been betrayed and I'm hurt. It's like, that's where.
Do you see what I mean? If you spend 20 minutes like shitting on this person, saying they stole your emotes, meanwhile you're like misrepresenting the situation because your emotes are Pepe reskins, and saying yours are all original art and hers are all stolen. And then you're like, yeah, I appreciate people saying not to brigade. Anyways, I just feel really hurt and betrayed. It's like, you can't undo 20 minutes of saying that this person stole from you and this person hurt you, and they still refuse to talk to you, even though you haven't reached out to them, and then be like, well, thanks for not saying, you know, thanks for not brigading. Okay. Like, you can't undo. Here's the thing with Twitch, there's constant churn. There are people that are going to tune in for 5 minutes. There are people that are going to tune in for 1 minute. There's people that are going to tune in for 4 hours. You have no way of knowing at any point if that person, if any of those individual viewers are going to see you say that. This is why it's so dangerous to like make those type of accusations against someone instead of just reaching out to them over. And it's about emotes. Like, it's about emotes. To expect them to come apologize and ask permission from you to also have Pepe reskins, and then to ban them from your chat and be like, they still haven't talked to me, even though I told them I wanted to talk. I didn't tell them, but what I mean by that is I want them to apologize to me for this perceived slight against me. And then like to try and undo that with one sentence that says, I appreciate the people saying not to brigade. It's like, you can't undo shitting on this person so relentlessly, telling your audience that they've slighted you in such a way, misrepresenting the situation to the extent that you did. Because I understand why chatters felt this way, because I saw these people talking about Vio stealing emotes in chats. And I'm not surprised that people like believed their streamer when their streamer said that this person stole the emotes, because Rhyzohm didn't even show the emotes, and he's lying about some of these emotes being original. Like him being like, Rot is original. It's like, dog, it's like literally a screen grab from Smiling Friends. What do you mean? What do you mean, man? So I understand if some chatters were tricked into thinking that like Vio did steal these emotes, because, you know, you want to believe that someone isn't just going to blatantly lie to you, but like, what the hell? He said he invented it, quote. Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second, Marianne. I just want to go over this again, like, as chronologically as I can. It's just someone else had sent this and said, well, no, he did say not to brigade at the time that he covered this. But it's like, this is like not enough for how hard you went. Okay. Oh my God, I lost my place like an idiot. Okay, I think we were here.
Create and curate our emotes, and that we don't make them in-house.
This happened more than a month ago. Yeah, and like Vio's been getting harassed this whole time.
aren't tailor-made for our communities? He admits to using the Peepo character, but then flat out lies by claiming there are animations and concepts that don't exist outside of his channel and that they were blatant.
Also, hi Vio. Vio is here right now. He's coming in here and running defense instead of apologizing to me and feed me. Like, come on. He has yet to apologize to me and feed me directly. Like as in, like, he hasn't sent a message to either of you. It's like, dude, check your priority list. Why are you in here typing? I'm not going to carry on your message, man. But you think, I don't know, at the very least, apologize to the artist. Like, calling their art ugly and calling it lazy. Like, and their art's good. I actually like their art.
To dump the task of figuring out his emote drama on Casey while she's literally dealing with nonstop harassment, a lawsuit that's trying to bankrupt her, and taking care of her disabled parents. Dragging Casey into this bullshit of all people is beyond shameless and just straight up fucking despicable. Rhyzohm continues to make this Casey's problem and has no issue following up with her to make sure there is a back and forth happening, yet still can't reach out to me himself. Instead of apologizing and admitting he handled things atrociously, he tells Casey he plans to keep pushing the narrative. Shortly after that message to Casey, Rhyzohm goes live and pretty much immediately—
It's so fucked up because, like, anyone in my personal life knows that the second that I have any problem with them, I immediately reach out and I immediately send, like, a couple sentences to, like, check the vibe. And then if I feel like they're being receptive, I'll send, like, an essay. And I'll be like, hey, you're a really good friend of mine, and I just want you to know that, like, you hurt me in this way, and I know that, like, your intention was never to do that. These comments kind of, like, fuck with me this way, and you know, I'm sorry if this is, like, rude to you or anything like that. I just feel like I have to make my voice heard because I can't be in friendships without making my voice heard, and I want you to know how I feel, and I trust you to handle this like an adult. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sending you this to begin with.
Starts lying about the situation.
Because, like, as a lot of you guys know, Vio debuted 16 new emotes this week, each of which was, like, ripped and reskinned for my channel, and I still have not heard from them about it. So, like, I don't know their side of the story. They know that I want to talk. My sentiments have been communicated. All I know is 16 of our designs ended up on Vio's stream. Each new emote that was debuted came from this channel. The thought of taking 16 of my emotes was had between Vio and her artist. No credit was given to me. So
my bored apes. No.
That's where things stand right now. That's all I know right now. There's been
all
no
my
response.
Apes stolen.
As of now, I have banned Vio.
I need 7 slush whatever to upgrade my bored ape into the ultimate NFT. They're all gone. You guys know this meme? The slurp. I need 17 slurp juice. Back when they had those fucking ugly ass fucking NFT. Those were actually like all copies, but it's okay. It could be worse. You could be someone who was invested in the CS knife market. This one. No. Wait. No, it's not this one. Anyways, you guys know the bored ape meme. You guys already know it. All my emotes gone. Send slurp juice.
Where I'm at, and it's like, I feel like, you know, feed me, don't
This is
kill
what
me.
I mean. Like, how do you say that entire tirade and then say, yeah, thanks for saying not to brigade, and then go on the tirade again about how your emotes are being stolen, which is just like a lie.
From this chat. That was a decision that I made because I was just like, if I can't hear from you and if you're just using access to my channel to steal work from me, I'm not gonna allow you in here. I don't want to have you in here. You don't have access to my community then. I'm willing to change that, but like I haven't heard, like if this was a mistake, if this was unintended, if this was, I just haven't heard that. I haven't heard any of that. I haven't heard anything at all. It's tough to deal with stuff when you're online having an emotional reaction because it's like I said mean things at the time of, but it's like I'm pissed and I'm hurt.
Anyways, his own mod then jumps in to try to get Rhyzohm to move on, and Rhyzohm pushes back.
Well, let's put it on the back burner. It's none of our business. It's going to be tough because people are going to come in and ask about it. Like, when things happen publicly.
People come in and ask about stuff literally all the time. You just don't respond to it. You just don't. I don't do it. People come in and ask about stuff all the time. Stuff that either I can't talk about, stuff that I'm bound by confidence to not talk about, whether it's legally or personally. And I just don't talk about it. I just ignore the message over and over and over again because I don't have permission either from that party or from that person to talk about that.
saw what happened. Rhyzohm was the only person who brought it up in this context. Rhyzohm made this a public issue. Rhyzohm escalated this. Rhyzohm incited harassment towards myself and my artist. Rhyzohm was told that none of it was malicious, but completely ignores that. Rhyzohm continues to push this harmful narrative, but then tries to act like the victim. I thought this is where it would end and that this dipshit would finally move on like he said he would, but days later, he reaches back out to Casey again with some crazy shit. He claims that I was only reaching out to Casey to do damage control. Now, I know having real friends might be a foreign concept to Rhyzohm,
Thanks
but
for trying to help us connect. IMOVO just wanted to get in touch with you and tell you her side of the story to do damage control. How can you say that when you reached out to Caseytron before you reached out to VO to literally do damage control? Is it possible maybe that like VO and Casey are just good friends and they've literally known each other for years? And it's a normal thing that friends in stressful situations, to the point where like Vio literally wasn't even streaming because she's been so stressed about all this shit, that a normal person would go to their friend and be like, hey, I'm like really stressed. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about this?
typically when you are actually close to someone, you feel like you can reach out to them with things that are going on in your life. This is clearly just projection. He then starts confirming his suspicions with Casey, trying to convince her that I'm actually this malicious person who stole his emotes and betrayed his friendship. I love how he mentions that the situation he created is now making him feel at risk with other creators. It seems like this is exactly what he was trying to do with me, which is put my friendship with other creators at risk, and B, he did this to himself by trying to drag other people into it and showing his crazy drama farming ass behavior over some fucking emotes. Casey's response is just, mwah, chef's kiss. In conclusion, instead of de-escalating or clarifying the situation with me, he kept pushing a harmful narrative despite being told that there was no malice involved. He incited harassment, lied, cry-bullied, and shown zero real interest in resolution. This isn't someone who wanted the truth, and this most certainly isn't someone who is trying to hold themselves by their own standards. This whole thing has been incredibly painful for both me and my artist, and I hope that we are able to safely exist in this space again and move on from this situation. To Rhyzohm, if you are watching this, I hope you are able to reflect on your horrendous behavior. An apology is the least you can do for both me and my artist, as well as giving your community the real update. I hope I was able to clarify everything, and thank you for listening. Bye!
Please go give it some love. And you guys know me, normally I don't fucking talk about this shit, but like if someone's being harassed in my chat for nonsense, I would be an asshole if I didn't say anything. And I was just like, well, it's not my business. It's just like not my business. Okay, I wanted to talk about this. A lot of people have been linking this, saying that he apologized. And I just want to say, like, it's really hard to take certain apologies seriously because you can never tell if someone is apologizing because they were caught lying, that someone maliciously stole a bunch of emotes and then got harassed like to shit, or if they're apologizing because they genuinely feel bad. And it's hard to believe that someone would genuinely feel bad when they still haven't reached out to VO personally or to her artist. It's like, whatever, you have your own personal opinions about VO and you hate VO, whatever. Like, dude, at least DM her artist and say, sorry, I don't know what came over me. I don't know why I insulted your art. Your art's really nice. I'm sorry. Like, what? No, you're just going to get on your stream and be like, my bad. It's like, what about the people that you're actually hurting? Like, what? So let's watch this. People keep posting it, so let's watch it.
Kind of like the chain of events, because I feel like that's being lost a little bit. It's because there's this talk of like, this was going on for 4 months, or this has been going on for months. And like the bulk of the content coming out of my channel, Gremlo's channel, Brett's channel, has been like talking about Mike or whatever. And it's like, that has literally not been the case. Like,
well, you're not the person getting harassed. This is like Asmongold being like, no, this is not happening. It's like every single person who's ever been targeted by Asmongold gets harassed for months, for literally months. Now, I'm not saying that Rhyzohm is Asmongold. I'm saying that if someone starts getting harassed, it doesn't just stop suddenly in like 24 hours. It's like you only know how bad the harassment is if you're the one that's getting harassed.
the first stream was August 27th, 2025. And around 2 hours, 27 minutes into that stream, I found out about the emotes, right? Now, Vio is kind of like shitting on me, being like, dude, he found out there was like one person in your chat posting one emote. And then, yeah, sure, I reacted in the stupidest way. I'm not going to lie, being like, is Vio copying my emotes? Is a dumbass way to react. Of course, it's completely uncharitable. I'm not going to say that there's no room. There's like, that is an uncharitable way to react. You know what I mean? Which is part of what I'm trying to apologize for in the next.
You haven't apologized yet.
extreme, right? Or at least when I'm just saying like like that was not appropriate in terms of my reaction, right? So found out, I think I just kind of like looked at it, like talked about it, probably said some shit about it for like 8 minutes. Then I went outside at 2 hours 35 minutes in the VOD to smoke a joint and just like be in my thoughts for a second. After 11 minutes, at 2 hours 46 minutes into the stream, I came back and talked about it for about 30 minutes, which is where I said a lot of what you see in Vio's video, which is like just saying like they're sloppy, looks like you got punched in the face or whatever the fuck, which is again inappropriate, which is again me talking shit, and I should not have talked shit, right? I should have like checked myself and like tried to be like, you know,
Your Honor, I dipped for a second. I hit the Benjamin and then I went in on Vio. My bad. What?
there should be room. I should have given more room. I can give all the credit in the world on that, okay? After 30 minutes, at 3 hours, 16 minutes, I stopped talking about it, right? And we moved on to our normal stuff. We were watching people on Rumble, people on fucking YouTube, like doing like right-wing talking points or whatever. Then next stream, August 29th, I took the day off in between, so I didn't stream on August 28th. August 29th, at 18 minutes into the stream, I talked about it again. That was when I started. That's when I went live. So like I had my intro screen, 18 minutes, and I went live, right? Talked about it, just said, and I can play this part. We can substantiate this. I can go into this. But that's when I was saying, I don't want you guys going into Vio's chat. I don't want you brigading. I don't want you making this a fight.
Okay. He's overplaying it a little bit. I mean, we just watched it. That's not what he says. He says like, yeah, I appreciate the people saying not to brigade. He dedicated like 30 minutes to doing nothing but lying about Vio and shitting on her and claiming that she's a thief, and then spent literally 2 seconds saying, yeah, don't brigade, don't brigade. And now he's pretending like he said a lot more than he did.
That you are fighting, right? And I talked about that for about 25 minutes. I also at the time said I apologize for being rude, right? And that's when I said I apologize for being rude, but I was in my feelings at the time. So that felt diminishing. That language to Vio felt diminishing. I did not intend it that way.
But he didn't apologize. I don't know if he knows what an apology is. An apology is where you say, I'm sorry. That was fucked up of me. So he neither apologized. He's neither apologizing now, or he did not apologize in that stream either.
That was me attempting to, however, just apologize genuinely on that, because Casey had told me that that was wrong, right? So after that point, at 25 minutes into the stream, so now that was only 6 minutes where I talked about it. At 25 minutes into the stream, then we didn't talk about it until there was a comment from Peacefire Now, which was also included in the video. And I don't think Peacefire Now did anything wrong. He was just literally asking like, is this connected to the mic stuff? Because in his mind, I guess he connects.
Like, I don't know if he's just being intentionally dense or what, but it's the fact that you're choosing to highlight certain messages instead of immediately shutting it down or timing those people out. Like, every chatter knows that if you type a message and you get timed out for 1 second, it means your message wasn't acceptable. It means don't say this again. Because there's a lot of people who are lurkers who will never see the chat messages, and you reading it out loud gives it oxygen. That's why the 1 second timeout exists. It's a, no, we're not doing that here. I get that you're probably speaking honestly, that's why you're not getting banned, but no, we're not talking about that here.
Vio and Mike, right? And I said, I don't know, that would be really weird if that's the case. Like, and that's me trying to say, I don't know, that sounds weird to me. Like, that sounds like weird behavior. I don't want this to be an us versus them situation, right? After that point, on August 29th, 33 minutes into my stream, after spending a total of 8 minutes on it in the stream total, right? We moved on, and it never came up again. I never said anything about it again publicly. I had only talked about it.
Focus that like rhyzohm is doing, it's like really sad, where he's like, well, I only spent 8 minutes here and 15 minutes here and 10 minutes here, so I don't appreciate everyone pretending like I spent a lot more time on this than I did. It's like, that's not the problem. The problem is that you chose to focus on it at all instead of just reaching out. Whether you spent 5 minutes or an hour is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the fact that you had an opportunity to de-escalate a situation, and then you chose to create a problem, and then you came off entitled because they weren't coming and begging you for your forgiveness.
So
streamers in this space were saying that Vio was engaging in colonizer behavior, and what Vio's doing with the emotes is akin to terrorism.
Right? And they were like, stop abusing Mike. And then they got banned immediately. I was like, no, unban them. How did I abuse Mike, right? Right before they replied, I said, the only things that we've been talking about is how Mike's been shit talking us. And like, I talked shit on like Vio for stealing my emotes is what I said. I think it's like almost word for word. We can again look at this in a second.
This is exactly what you do when you don't want to apologize. Like, this should have easily been like a 5-minute stream or like a 5-minute video or whatever, or even just like a Twitter post. Just like, hey, I don't know what came over me. I really thought that these emotes were stolen genuinely, and I was really hurt. And I see now that like maybe I just got in my feelings a little bit, and I'm really sorry. Like, I'm really sorry. I apologize. I already have sent a message to Vio. I've already sent a message to Feed Me. Obviously, I've unbanned them. I feel really bad. Like, I don't know why I perceived it as a personal slight against me. It's obviously just like she had emotes that were similar to mine, because we all have like Pepe emotes, and all of the emotes on Twitch are like derivative of each other. And I apologize. And I really do apologize for any of the harassment. That's obviously never my intention. I never want to see people harassed. And I understand how my actions did that. But yeah, I'm really sorry. And I hope you guys give me the space to like learn from this and everything. Like, what is this? Like, what is this hyper focus on like, well, I actually only spent 8 minutes on this day talking about it, and I only spent 5 minutes, and then I took a Benjamin hit, and then I only spent another 30 minutes talking about how she's a malicious thief that stole all my emotes. This lemon stealing whore. Like, what the fuck? I don't know why people, this is like, I don't know if people know that they're engaging in like abuser brain right now a little bit by saying, well, you guys are doing exactly the same thing. It's like, if you find out that you're getting harassed because some guy is accusing you of stealing his emotes, or rather someone, I know that like guy is a more gendered term. I mean it in a more gender neutral term. I know not, rhizome is non-binary. But if someone is going out of their way to say that you stole their emotes, and then you're getting harassed, and you're getting harassed in other people's chats, and you're getting harassed in their chat, and then you get banned from their chat, and then you find out friends of yours are getting messages from this person, and then you have the audacity to be like, dude, this is fucked up that this is happening to me. Like, what the fuck? Hello? What? Why the fuck are you doing this? And then other people are seeing this and being like, you guys are basically doing the exact same thing. It's like, no, dude, the person who's initially engaging in this instead of choosing to de-escalate from the very beginning and reaching out is not the same as the person who's responding after being harassed for months. Like, that's not the same. Someone responding after you allowed harassment for months is not the same. They still think that she stole them. Not gonna apologize for that part. I appreciate people who link this VOD and everything, but like, this is like not an apology. An apology would be reaching out directly, at the very least, to feed me. At the very least, to the artist that you were like, their art is shit, it's all copied, it's all traced, and they made their emotes worse, lol. Like, at least apologize to the artist. Oh my god. Wait, that was supposed to be an apology? I don't understand. I don't. People are saying that. Yeah, there's like chatters that are like, rhizome addressed it last night and apologized to Vio and her artist and everyone involved. We just watched it. We just watched like 10 minutes of this. A little bit less than 10 minutes. There was not an apology there. There was I apologized already. And we watched the video before that. There was no apology there either. Like, and I'm not trying to put any of these chatters on blast, genuinely. I think that you're just being tricked by someone who is taking advantage of your kindness and is trying to convince you that something happened that didn't happen. But like, Rise already apologized for it. He was understandably upset. He explicitly told people not to attack or interact, but okay, he did reach out through a third party. Like, let's talk about a couple things. First of all, we just watched all of it. There was no apology there. There was the concept of an apology. There was a reference to an apology that didn't happen. And also, being understandably upset is not a valid justification for engaging in that behavior, which I'm sure you understand. Explicitly told people not to attack or interact, but okay. He made one offhand remark after like over 30 minutes or 40 minutes in total of talking about this and calling her a thief. And it was reading a chat message that said like, don't brigade. And he's like, yeah, I appreciate you saying not to brigade. Which is not enough. Like, it's just not. They're gonna get brigaded. And every streamer knows this. It's like the worst part about all this. It's like, he knows that like, that's gonna, like, rhizome knows that if you talk about someone in that much detail, but you only make one offhand remark, that person is gonna get harassed. If you don't make it clear to people that like, no, I'm serious, because you have to make it very clear, like, I'm serious. If I find out that any of you were talking about this in other people's chats, I will fucking permaban you. You're gonna get blocked on Twitter, you're gonna get banned from the Discord, and you're gonna get banned off of my chat. Or blocked in my chat. You won't be able to type. I don't want to hear you guys talking about this or spreading this or whatever. I just wanted to vent about this with you guys. Like, you have to go hard on it because people have to understand, no, it's not just like one offhand comment here, one offhand comment there. He did reach out through a third party. I don't know about you, man, but if someone accuses me of being a thief and like stealing from them and tracing from them, I would expect a message from that person, not a message from someone else. But I've seen some of this stuff getting, I think a lot of people are rightfully confused about why exactly this person accusing Vio of stealing emotes has devolved into a conversation about leftists in general. And I did speak to Mike and Vio, and I spoke to Gremlo. And sorry, I'm just going to respond to this really quickly. I spend the bulk of my time in the stream you're looking at. I'm just starting by giving context. We got to someone timestamped and linked the part where you apologized. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Just like, don't you think it makes sense to send an apology to the artist? Don't you think it makes sense to send an apology to Vio? Like, okay, moving on from this. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I spoke to the parties a little bit to try and understand these perspectives. And I'm gonna be honest, dude, I really like don't have words for this part. When I spoke to Gremlo, he did not mention this, which is very disappointing because I don't know how you wouldn't mention this. But this is like such a common line of attack against women that I guess when all of this started coming out, he said he wasn't going to watch Vio's video. And then he said this.
Do not go into their chat and give them any kind of bullshit about this. Don't fight my battles.
And by the way, this is a better example of how you're supposed to tell chat not to brigade. This is a better example. Making one offhand comment because you read a chat message shows that you don't care that much. Now, what's going to follow is not going to be as good. good.
happened, and you lied about it for 8 hours.
He's saying Vio lied about it for 8 hours.
You didn't bother watching my video, okay? Yeah, I didn't bother watching you go on a hysterical scree for 8 hours.
Hysterical scree or screech for 8 hours talking about a woman talking about her harassment. Dude, Graham, no, man. Like, no. Like, dude, like, it's like, I'm just like, being a leftist is just being disappointed all the time. He's talking about Mike. No, he's not talking about Mike. He's talking about Vio. Vio is in his chat saying, you didn't even watch my video. And then he said, I'm not going to watch you go on a hysterical scream for 8 hours. Like, okay, there's this, let me just, this is not life advice. This is my personal lifestyle chat, okay? If someone talks to me and approaches me about some shit that's happening in my life, or like they're asking me for my side of the story or whatever, I usually try to lead with the worst things so that they understand that I'm not trying to escape responsibility or anything like that. So I will try and say, hey, I fucked up by saying this or doing this or doing this. And I own up to that stuff completely. What I have to say though is I don't appreciate this and this and this, and that's why I'm frustrated. And I am very disappointed that I reached out to Gremlo and he did not mention this, and I had to find this out for my own personal effort, that like he wouldn't be honest about this and just say like, I didn't watch Vio's video, I didn't want to watch her video. And yeah, I fucked up and I called it a hysterical screech. Like, why wouldn't you share that with me, dude? Like, I don't have words for this. Like, sorry, let's get some context just in case. But I watched this. And
yeah, Vio, I am saying you're lying. I am saying you're lying because...
And like, lying about what? Exactly. That the emotes aren't stolen? Here's one example. Vio's emote on the left, rhyzohm's emote in the middle, the original Pepe wine on the right. Like,
but like skip itself is for this channel, because like we skip or we lock stuff.
The skip emote being unique to Rhyzohm's channel is just completely false.
Like, to say that this is a stolen emote is fucking insane. Like, I don't even know what exactly is Vio lying about here right now. Like, I literally don't understand what she's lying about. She, like, the physical receipts, well, not physical, but digital receipts are all right there. You can see the original Pepe skip, you can see Rhyzohm's skip, and you can see Vio's skip. So, okay, if it's not lying about the emotes, what are we lying about? I don't understand. He said I'm lying about the harassment? What? But I've seen the harassment. I've literally seen people harassing Vio in this chat.
Are you saying I'm lying? Yeah, Vio, I am saying you're lying. I am saying you're lying because those screenshots in Rhyzohm's chat saying, yeah, I feel like that's a little fucked up. That's not harassment. That's in his chat, to which he said, do not go and give her grief about this. Do not go into their chat and give them any kind of...
Also, I misunderstood this. I thought that this was Gremlo saying to do this, and he was actually misrepresenting a situation and overplaying what was actually said. So my apology. I guess I just take back what I originally said.
Bullshit about this. Don't fight my battles. That's what happened. And you lied about it for 8 hours. You and Mike could have just reached out to us, like Rhyzohm tried to do.
First of all, what is the me versus us stuff, or them versus us stuff? Really quickly. Huh? Second, why do we keep leaning on this like you guys need to come and message us? What?
I've been harassed for 2 months and bullied. Not directed by us, because we didn't go on live and tell our followers.
If you're getting messages from a bunch of people in other people's chats, like you want to go and type in Caroline's chat, and then people are in Caroline's chat saying like, hey, are you going to comment on the fact that Vio stole 16 emotes? What? Who is that directed by exactly? God? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I feel like it bears repeating. This is just like misogyny repackaged. Hysterical woman is lying and she's not actually getting harassed. She's just pretending to get harassed. And if she is getting harassed, it wasn't because we did. It's not my fault that she's getting harassed. Dude, this is fucked up, man. Come on. Don't you at least owe it to her to watch her video? You don't owe it. You don't owe her one video. You don't owe it to her to watch one. And if you had watched the video, surprise, surprise, you would have seen the messages that she shows that show that she was getting harassed in other people's chat.
Followers that we're in danger if you watch them. That's something we didn't do. And we went to the mats. Yes, directed by Rhyzohm? No, not directed by Rhyzohm. Not at all. We went to the fucking mats for the last year, and I would do it again. Unbelievable. Your partner misgendering prominent trans people on this platform, acting like a goddamn jackass.
Like, wait, so this is just misogyny again. Well, your partner did this fucked up thing. I don't care if they apologized about it or for it or not. So I'm going to take it out on you, and I'm not watching your stupid hysterical 8-hour stream. So we're just admitting that this was about Mike and Vio was just an easy proxy for them? Dude, like, Mike said, if I ever misunderstood someone, I would like to apologize. I would never intentionally do Dude, that's wild. Come on, my partner is non-binary. Transphobia is horrible. Dude, Mike attacked him and slandered him for 5 hours before the video was even released, but okay. Gremlo had nothing to do with this, and it was brought into it by Mike. The emote harassment is entirely between Vio and Rhizome, and nobody else talked about it. So Gremlo doesn't have to care about a woman getting harassed in the space because, or a femme-presenting person being harassed in the space because their partner is a douchebag? What? Why can't you just criticize Mike? What the fuck? Why the fuck are you excusing this? Why are you excusing this behavior? You shouldn't be excusing this behavior. You should say, no, it was like fucked up. He should treat Vio as her own person, and he should treat her complaints as their own separate thing, and he can criticize Mike separately. Why is Mike bringing Gremlo into this at all? Are we all police of the platform now? You didn't answer my question. I asked a very specific question. Why is Gremlo taking it out on Vio? If Gremlo has a problem with Mike, he should take it out on Mike. If Gremlo is being wrongfully attacked by Mike, he should take it out on Mike. Why the fuck is he treating Vio this way and saying you're being hysterical? I'm not watching your hysterical scream for 8 hours because I know you lied. Like, what is that? What the fuck does that have to do with, like, what? Not to mention the person who talked about the emote being AI was one of Gremlo's mods. I just assumed Gremlo didn't know that chatter or that mod was calling it AI. Because, like, I would not, if I found out one of my mods was doing that, look at your chat talking about me and adding me right now. Is this harassment? You still haven't answered my question. Do you want me to put the chat in emote only mode so you can answer my question? Dude, just like answer my question. It's not that difficult of a question. And you're being really dense for no reason. I don't understand why. Why is Mike being a douchebag suddenly make it free game or fair game to start attacking Vio and not listening to her? I don't know if we're gonna get an answer. I'm just like so tired of like women getting harassed because the men around them say X, Y, or Z thing. Like, I was really trying my best when I was talking about Ludwig to say, like, please don't go to Cutie's stream and talk about this. Like, please do not clip her. Please don't stalk her streams to find out whether or not they're going to break up or stay together. Like, please don't fucking do that. Like, please, for the love of God. Just, like, make fun of Ludwig, call him Elwig for being a fucking idiot, and just, like, leave Cutie alone. Like, she has nothing to do with this. Again, if Ludwig had said something like bigoted, like if Ludwig actually was saying some vile, like transphobic shit, then yeah, that shit is going to be on Cutie because she's associating with some bigoted freak on purpose in a way that's egregious. And you want to hold her accountable for that specific thing? Or you want to be like, are you sure you're okay with this? I don't like, what? But like, don't harass her for all this other shit. It's like Mike goes on the offense on Gremlo. Okay, that means you don't like Mike anymore. Okay, sure, whatever. Why the fuck does that mean that you can't even watch Vio's video about how she's being maliciously slandered as a thief? What's with this question? We have nothing to do with any of this and being dragged in by her and Mike. So you're not going to answer the question. All of these people have been harassed last week. So why do you not give a shit when it's Vio getting harassed, but you give a shit when it's you and yours getting harassed? Oh, because you don't give a fuck about other people getting harassed. Those people don't matter. Like, what is this? Like, you can just say, I disagree with all of the harassment. I don't understand why it has to happen to you for you to understand that it's fucked up that it's happening. Let me repeat the question one more time, just in case I don't understand how you could have missed it, but just in case, one more time. Really simply, what the fuck does Mike have to do with Vio? Why can't Gremlo respond to Vio's video regardless of what Mike has done to him? Why are Vio and Mike the same person? Why does Vio have to be held accountable for everything Mike has ever said or done to the point where she isn't listened to and told that she's hysterical and he's not going to watch her hysterical video or 8-hour VOD? Why can't he just say, yeah, I'm going to listen, Vio, I'm going to respond to your video and I will watch it and I'll see like what's up with Rhizome and stuff. Because if he was just lying about you stealing emotes, that's really fucked up. And I'm sorry that you were getting harassed. But Mike is a piece of shit, X, Y, and Z. Why is he putting all of his shit with Mike on Vio? Except misogyny. You're removing this response from Grem out of context out of 4 hours of vitriol from Mike that directly went into Vio's stream. Let me just tell you, maybe this is just not how you operate, but I just want you to know that regardless of what you said or did to me, if you did a stream on me for 5 hours that was nothing but vitriol, I wouldn't refuse to listen to your girlfriend or wife. If your partner said this person is treating me maliciously, I wouldn't put whatever beef we have on that person. I would still listen to her and hear out her complaints because she's her own person. To say, well, Grem was super heated because Mike was being an asshole to him, or whatever the context is that you want or that you feel happened or whatever. That's not on Vio. I don't know what's hard to explain about this, what's difficult to understand about this. Like, I would never put that shit on your partner. I would treat you and your partner like different people, like your own people, like your own individual persons. And it's fucked up for him to have said this to her. Vio gets harassed for months, puts together a video, and Gremlo is just like, I'm not watching your hysterical, like, ranting. And the defense is, well, Mike was being mean to him for hours. It's like, oh, well, my cat bit me, so I had to punch you. Sorry. It's like, what? You and your partner are always the same person. It's just like so insane. There's vastly more connection between Mike and Vio in this than there is between Grem and his moderator, which I guess is the only way he's connected at all. That is like, sorry, two things. This is insane to me. That you would just like admit it and say, well, they're really connected, so you can put them in the same box. Effectively, what is what you're saying. I'm sure you'll say, well, that's not what I'm saying, but effectively, that's what you're saying. Because you're misunderstanding this conversation to be me defending Mike's actions in attacking Gremlo. But we haven't even talked about that. The only thing we've talked about, you don't even know what my position is. My position could be that I fucking hate Mike, and I think what he did was completely fucked up and wrong. You are just assuming that position. My position is only based on the fact that women never get fucking listened to, and they get called hysterical banshees all the time for having complaints about getting harassed on the platform. Like,
about this.
This is unacceptable
Do not go
behavior.
Into their chat and give them any kind of bullshit
To say,
about this.
Vio, you are lying. Yes, I am saying you are lying, Vio.
Don't fight my battles. That's what happened. And you lied about it for 8 hours. You didn't bother watching my video, okay? Yeah, I didn't bother watching you go on a hysterical scree for 8 hours.
Like this, how do you not condemn this behavior? How do you not condemn these words? Like, you can like Gremlo, you can think the attacks against him are unfair, but how do you not condemn this shit? Like, this is fucked up. Like, no leftist should be fucking saying this. No leftist should be saying, I'm not gonna listen to that fucking hysterical woman. I know you lied. I don't need to see any fucking receipts. I know you lied. Like, what the fuck? Like, how are you defending this? Like, I don't understand. By saying like, well, Mike was being mean to Gremlo, so that's why he said that. Like, and then there's this harassment is wrong. It's coming from one direction to wild disproportionality. So Mike and Vio should just take it forever. You can just say that they're thieves, that they're liars, that they're pieces of shit, their artist sucks, they're talentless hacks, and they need to take it on the chin forever. And you can criticize them however much you want forever, and they can never criticize anything back ever, because then the harassment would be wildly disproportional. Listen, man, it's obvious that you have your opinions on the matter, and I'm not going to reach you, but I don't know. I'll say it one last time. I'll try and make it as concise as I can. The thing that I am criticizing Gremlo for is what I perceive to be very misogynist behavior and misogynist speech. Telling a femme-presenting person, hey, you're a liar. I'm not going to watch your video where you lie. You're hysterical. And I don't think that Gremlo's a misogynist. I think that we all have moments where we engage in bigoted behavior because it's just like hard to get all of the bigotry out of your brain because you're fucking born in a society. Like, I have misogynistic moments. Everyone here will be misogynistic. It's just like, it's about trying to like recognize when it's happening and recognize when you're fucking up. And this is like what he's describing here is misogynistic. Well, Mike attacked me, so fuck you. You're lying. I'm not going to watch your fucking video where you're going to be a hysterical banshee.
People in not Mike's chat, in Rhyzohm's chat saying, yeah, I feel like that's a little fucked up. That's not harassment. That's in his chat, to which he said, do not go and give her grief about this. Do not go into their chat and give them any kind of bullshit about this. Don't fight my battles. That's what happened. And you lied about it for 8 hours.
Like telling a woman she lied or telling a femme-presenting person, you're lying about the harassment you got. You didn't get that harassment. And if you had literally watched the video, you would have seen that they weren't lying, that they literally were getting harassed.
You didn't bother watching my video, okay? Yeah, I didn't bother watching you go on a hysterical scree for 8 hours.
I don't know what other words to say other than this is misogyny. Yeah, well, your male partner is acting like this, and I don't like it, and they're harassing me, they're being disrespectful of me. So fuck you, fuck your video. I know you're lying about harassment, and I'm not gonna watch your video where you're gonna hysterically screech for 8 hours. It's like, that's what I'm criticizing here, man. That's the only thing that I'm criticizing. And if you can't see that because you're too deep in it and you want to defend this person and you want to attack that person, whatever, man. But I feel like it's the base thing to do to just be like, hey, you're right. That was fucked up of him to say. He shouldn't have said that. That was impolite. That was incorrect. I stand on business on everything else, but yes, that was wrong. That's it. It's that easy. It's just that easy. But I don't know why you guys just want to like deny, or like more specifically, not you guys, you. I want to be direct with my criticism. I don't want to make it into something that it's not. It's just so I like, and like literally they're still doing it. They're still doing it. Any comments on this harassment? The only harassment that matters is the harassment against you. All the other harassment doesn't matter. It's fake. It's made up. They're lying, and you won't listen to their hysterical screeching. Got it. You don't really give a shit about Vio getting harassed. You only care about when you and yours are getting harassed. Got it. Thank you for telling me so clearly and so so boldly and refusing to fucking own up for 2 fucking seconds in the easiest way possible and just say, yeah, the harassment that Vio's been getting is fucked up. They didn't deserve that. They have nothing to do with Mike's comments. Like, it's just so it's just so spineless. I just don't get it. I don't get why it's so hard to just be like, yeah, what's happening to Vio over emotes is fucked up. Like, how is that hard? I don't get how that's so fucking hard. You can have whatever opinions that you want about everything else. You just denounce this with one bit of harassment. You just can't do it. Just an egg over emotes. Over emotes is crazy. No amount of context is going to make using hysterical describe a femme presenting person in the year 2025 okay. It's like the context that like, well, their male partner was being an asshole or whatever makes it worse. It's like, hey, I'm not being misogynistic. I'm being extra misogynistic because I'm holding this femme presenting person accountable for their male partner's actions. It's like incredible. That's amazing. Thank you so much for reinforcing my concerns about leftism being just riddled with misogyny. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Discounting your autonomy, I'm just going to group you in with the man. And it's like, well, they're the same person. They're literally super close. It's like, okay. Admit it, I guess. Sure, why not? Sure. Okay. I wonder why there's sexism in this space. So disappointed. Just so disappointed. But like, this is the problem when like every single conversation about sexism, this is why people say that like sexism is one of the most, if not the most acceptable form of bigotry, because it always gets swept under the rug for everything else. It's like, yeah, the sexism might be happening, but did you consider that this other form of bigotry is happening? And that one's more important than this one. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just go fuck myself, I guess. Sorry, I didn't realize that the shit that impacts me isn't important. The shit that impacts you, on the other hand, is very important. Like, there isn't space being given. It's like, yeah, okay, sexism, whatever. Yeah. That doesn't matter. Can we talk about this though? It's like, really, we can't even just like say like this is totally fucked up and there's no excuse for this. I totally agree. That's completely not acceptable. No one should be engaging in this behavior, and especially not people on the left. I do also want to talk about transphobia. I also do want to talk about racism. I want to give you your space to talk about this, but I also think it's important that we carve out space for this. But instead it just becomes like, it feels like sexism is it's just so baseline that nobody gives a shit about it. And it's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Can we talk about this instead? It's like, oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. I didn't realize that we needed to. Okay. All right. Sure. Cool. Lolo conversation being hijacked into Hassan being racist. It's like, I want to talk about issues about how leftism and leftists have a giant blind spot when it comes to racism. Absolutely. 100%. That's an important conversation that needs to be had over and over and over and over again. Can we not overtake conversations about sexism in order to do that? Can both conversations have space? Oh no. The conversation about sexism has to be turned into a different conversation because that one is more important. It's like, okay, dude, fuck, man. Sure. FT's last video about this last year about this topic perfectly articulated why I stayed out of leftist spaces for at least online for the better part of a year. Yeah. Shit Saturday living up to its name, dude. We're slopping it up, dude. It's so frustrating because it feels obvious to everyone, unless you're a fucking idiot. It feels obvious to everyone that the conversation is never actually about any of these things. It's just about the fact that you want to attack who you want to attack over your perceived grievances. And that's why if you cared about the leftist values, it would be very easy for you to say that X, Y, and Z behavior was absolutely misogynistic. And of course, we take that seriously. But because it's so difficult to do, because it's so impossible to do, it makes it obvious to everyone else that you're just caring about like the fact that you can attack who you want to attack. Like if anyone can take a beating, it's Mike, okay? Like not a literal one. I'm sure probably literal too, but like please, by all means, go for it. Make criticisms. He can handle it. He's a big boy. I really don't think that he's gonna get hurt and offended and in his feelings because people criticize him and people make fun of him or whatever. By all means, go for it. If you have a loud mouth and you want to run it, people are gonna criticize you and you should expect that. He can handle it. Why the fuck are we roping Vio into it because of some perceived theft of emotes that doesn't exist? He said that his boxing style is to take punches all the time. Or a little anime coded. What did Mike even do? I mean, so this is the problem, right? That needs to be its own conversation because the second you start talking about that, nobody is going to give a shit anymore about everyone engaging in misogynistic behavior towards Vio. It's very important that these conversations remain separate, that we individually criticize these behaviors. Otherwise, the entire conversation becomes about like, well, Mike should have done this and shouldn't have done this and shouldn't have done this. When in reality, it doesn't matter what Mike said or did. None of the behavior towards Vio was acceptable because she's her own person. Like that should be its own, Mike's words or actions or behaviors should be its own chapter. Because this is what happens every time. It's, yeah, well, we don't have to, you can't talk about Vio without first talking about how Mike fucked all of this up and it's all Mike's fault. And if Mike hadn't done this and this and this and this, then Vio never would have experienced any of this. It's like, oh, I'm so glad that that VO can be harassed because Mike said, I'm so happy that you are down to admit that out loud and say, well, actually, her harassment is justified because we don't like the things that Mike said, or the things that Mike said are problematic, or the things that Mike said are X, Y, and Z. Dude, like, come on. And like the fucked up thing about all this is VO was getting harassed for literally months before Mike said anything. And none of these people had any problem with VO getting harassed. No one spoke up and said, hey, this harassment is fucked up. It's not fair. She doesn't deserve this, X, Y, and Z. And then the second Mike says anything, it's like, well, clearly all of this was because of Mike. It's like, what? So you just wanted a reaction so that you can post hoc, like, justify all of your actions. Fuck, man. Anyways, very just like disappointing because like I stopped getting involved in like the Twitch politics space and sphere because the space is so misogynistic and I was just so sick and tired of it. Like I was literally so fucking tired of it. And I was like, I don't care. Like all these people are just like massive misogynists. So not all of them, but like so many of these people are such massive misogynists. And if they're not, they just ignore when misogyny is happening. And I was like, I'm not doing this because there's always a bigger issue. There's always something more important than someone experiencing sexism. There's always something more important. Isn't it so great for all the women in the space that there's always something more important? Isn't that so great for us? Man, that's wonderful. I'm sure there are no negative repercussions in saying that there's more important issues than talking about people being stepped on. Famously, that's always worked out really well. Famously, that hasn't been used to like take away queer rights or take away black rights or take away disabled rights or take away women's rights. Thanks, Luffy. Or I guess it's Luffy. Dude, like you've lost the plot, man. You've actually like lost the plot. Now you're just posting the same link. I don't have words. That's you stopped typing for 15 minutes to send the same link again because you desperately want to shift the conversation away from the fact that someone you're defending is being misogynistic because you don't want to disavow that behavior. That's insane. Anyways, and I just like, I realized that so many leftists, this happened many, many moons ago, so many leftists in the space think that they're like the best leftist and they are the truest leftist and they are the most woke leftist. And then the second you push them, even tiny bit, they immediately show that they don't give a fuck. That as soon as it interferes with their ability to do X, Y, and Z thing, they're happy to be misogynist. The number of people in the leftist space, it's so funny because like all of the women I've ever met that do OnlyFans have nothing but respect for me and love for me and I've always been super, I'm trying to like find the right word. Appreciative is not the right word. That's not close to the right word. But like they understand the grind set and they understand that like being a woman online means you just get harassed for everything all the time. Like it literally doesn't matter what you do. Like you can not show yourself at all and people will be like, you're clearly an attention seeking whore. Like it doesn't matter. And so like all of the women that I've met, especially the women that I've met that do OnlyFans content and do sex work, they're so amazing and wonderful in every way. And they're always like, yeah, I watch your streams. They're so cool. No, you're killing it. You're so good at what you do, blah, blah. And I'm like, thanks. I just make cringe jokes. Thanks. And the number of like leftist dudes I've spoken to or found out in this space that don't respect me at all. And I'm not joking when I say this. So many of the leftist men in this space are like, I've either heard from a source or like from a third party or directly that they literally do the same exact talking points as like people like Ethan Klein, where they're like, oh, she only gets viewers because she has tits. That's why. It's like, I'm so glad that you're a leftist. That's crazy that you think that. That's amazing. And it's like, dude, have you been on Twitch? There are so many more beautiful women than me with way fatter tits. Okay. Like huge, like massive. Like I wish that were me. Both like wife goals and life goals. And there have also been so many like beautiful women that have done politics on Twitch and on YouTube. Like, no, for sure. It's just like tits or something. It's like, yeah, you call yourself a leftist. And the first second you can, you engage in misogyny. It's like, fuck you, dude. And that's why I was just like, you know what? The leftist Twitch politics space, I just like, I didn't know about this shit, but like after getting burned so many times by so many people that were like, no, for sure, I respect you. And then they clearly don't respect me. I was just like, you know what? I don't want to get disappointed any more times. I'm just going to do my own little stream. I'm not going to really have guests on. I'm not going to really talk to people. I'm not going to really do anything crazy. I'm just going to do my little fun stream where we talk about fun stuff and make fun of people like Elwig and have a good time and talk to sex workers because sex workers are amazing and they are great and excellent people. Not every single sex worker, obviously. Some of them kind of suck. But yeah. And then it's like the first opportunity I get and I like engage in the space. It's like, oh, more sexism. Shocking, 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 shocking. It's like, how are you watching Taylor Lorenz's video on misogyny in this space? And then you're just like happy to be like, I'm just going to ignore these issues about sexism because perceived harassment against me. It's like, oh, excellent. Keep watching those videos, man. You're gonna learn something eventually. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe just like one more video. Just one more video and it'll fucking click, dude. Fucking one more. So stupid. It's so pathetic. Listen, we're just gonna move past all this shit, okay? I'd hope that like, I really, really hope that like Rhizome can fucking just apologize. At least just like send a DM to feed me and say I'm sorry. It's not hard. I've sent out so many apologies in my life. It's not hard at all. It's really easy. Just send a genuine apology from your heart and just like move on, okay? I don't believe that people need to suffer forever for whatever fucking crime. I think what you did was fucked up. I think it was crazy that you tried to farm VO and then the second anyone called you out, you were like, well, I'm apologizing now. And you still haven't apologized to the victims, which is insane. But okay, whatever, man. Hope Gremlo can just like apologize for demeaning VO as well for the weirdly sexist comments. I'll do some research today after stream because again, I said it very clearly. These need to be separate issues. The conversation around misogyny has to be a separate issue from Mike's actions. They have to be talked about separately because you have to give one of these.
Are gone, people.
One of these conversations has to get space. Otherwise, it'll just get trampled on over and over and over again. So I'll do some research and we'll see. Because I keep seeing people being like, Mike's being transphobic. Mike keeps misgendering this person in a transphobic way, but no one has posted any links. So I will sit down. I'll do this research. We'll look at it tomorrow. And because I saw other people being like that he apologized immediately and changed his sentence. So like, I would love to see this. You know what I mean? So I'll do the research on this and find all these VODs and clips for you guys tomorrow so we can catch up on this. But again, I said very clearly, these have to be separate conversations because if you don't, nice job, everyone. You've given Denims homework. Dude, I'm supposed to be the preschool teacher giving you guys homework. Why the fuck am I getting homework? God fucking damn it. I had 5 hours of sleep and now you're going to give me homework, you fuckheads. So we'll do that. We'll research that and stuff. And you guys already know my position. I mean, after all this stuff happened with Mike's comments on both buck breaking and with the ethnic comment, I said very clearly he needs to apologize immediately. It's totally fucked up. None of this is acceptable. All of this is completely acceptable and completely unacceptable. And if he doesn't apologize and lead with an apology first, then I'm not interested. And I watched his stream and he led with an apology first.
The mullet rolls are gone, people.
And said, you know, just as often as Mike is right, Mike is wrong. And it's like, good. You can have a funny little meme as a treat, but Mike was wrong sometimes. Mike was right and Mike was wrong. And that's okay. Equal rights, equal wrongs. It's about apologizing, trying to make up for it, X, Y, and Z. You guys get the ordeal. And like I said, I'm like, it's not like I'm going to I don't hold things over people forever. I think people can change and grow from their experiences. I would love to see Gremlo apologize for these comments. It's like, we should do better as leftists and not engage in like, oh, hysterical banshee screeching for 8 hours. Like, can we not say that? Can we not do that? Can we not lump in femme-presenting people with their male partners? Can we not do that? Can we just leave that to the right-wingers? They do it a lot already. We don't need to do it with them. It's really dismissive of, and then saying that she lied about the harassment when I've literally seen the harassment with my own 2 eyes and she's literally been so stressed she hasn't been streaming for months. Like, it's so dismissive. It's so what happened to believe all women? Whatever. I don't want to get too deep in the sauce. I'm trying to wrap this part up because I want to get to the fun stuff, which is making fun of Ludwig, which we can all have fun with. I have the problem where I go to parties and then I totally blow out my fucking voice because I'm like screaming the entire time. So I need water. So yeah, I'm just hoping. And then like going forward, we'll talk about stuff with Mike tomorrow. I wanted it to be 2 separate conversations. No more conversations about this in chat today. And then until tomorrow. And then tomorrow we can have conversations about it. And then we'll figure out how to moderate after that. Okay. We'll figure out what we should do and all this stuff. Okay. Okay. Because even if like these people don't apologize, I don't want to deal with this shit. And you guys already know my position. I just like don't. That is not what I want this space to be. I don't want this chat to be like, oh, LOL, this person is doing this. They're doing this again. They're doing this again. About like other leftists in the space. It's just like, I don't want that. Show me the stupid shit that Ludwig is saying. Send that to me, you know? Show me the stupid shit that like Trump is saying. Show me the stupid shit that Ethan is saying. Sorry, pedo troll. Show me Jenna Ortega pulling off bleached eyebrows for all the haters that were like, she could never pull off bleached eyebrows. I'm sorry, she's killing it. And I am not a lover of bleached eyebrows, but holy shit.
Denims is definitely top 5.
That's totally true, Rila. Thank you for making me feel human and calling out the weird sexism. I got you, VO. I feel very lucky that I have a community of people that, this is gonna sound really stupid and cheesy and cringe, but like, there's not really like a lot of spaces on Twitch that are very pro-women, or like a lot of places on Twitch that are very pro-women. And I feel really lucky that I have managed to find a a community of people that are willing to recognize sexism when it happens and actually take it seriously. Because for so long, in so many of the shadows of larger communities, I've had to see and deal with people being like, this isn't important. Like, what's more important is achieving democratic socialism. We can deal with all that stuff later. Like, misogyny is really not that big of a deal. Like, yeah, Roe v. Wade is important. Everything else is not important. Like, grow up. And it's just like, listen, man, I get it. Like, we're not going to change vernacular overnight. We're not going to stop calling people pussies overnight. I get it. I'm reasonable. I am very reasonable with my requests on how we can improve this misogynistic space. Just a little. All right, I get it. But can we make some progress? Can we not just immediately dismiss everything because it's less important? As a bunch of men told me, sexism wasn't important, so we don't have to take it seriously. Excellent, wonderful. I do be calling people pussies. I mean, I think it's effective, which is why I do it. But it's a long story. So, yeah, we'll finish this up tomorrow, and then I'd like to ideally move past it and move forward.